Are most men ugly? Are most men ugly? Are most men ugly?
Yes.
So you're allowed to be sexist, but I can't be sexist?
Because it has no weight in it. I have no power compared to a man.
You don't think you do? Yeah, you do.
Is this your job? What do you do? What's your life? What is this?
What you're trying to do is shut down my video, and you're trying to get other women to think that I'm a piece of shit.
Radical feminists like her believe, because they live in a totalitarian patriarchy regime, that cohesion between man and woman is a forced behavior, because why would you want to be a unit with someone who oppresses you? But what they fail to understand is that cohesion is just a form of respecting one another. But because of this fake oppression that she currently lives in, she sees every interaction between herself and a man as a fight for taking back power. Alright guys, y'all looking at the thumbnail, y'all looking at the title of the video, y'all already know what time it is. It is time to get active. Guys, before we encroach on this conversation, let me set it up appropriately, all right? None too long ago, I did a video. That video was entitled, "Woke Woman Disrespects Man in Public, but he calls her out perfectly." This content came from content creator Sneeko, which he was interviewing women about how to view women. The conversation of catcalling came up. He was having a great conversation out in the streets of New York and came across this modern day feminist. And I thought that the conversation was ripe for dissection because it shows so many of the attitudes and behaviors exemplified by the ideologies pushed by modern day feminists, which make women subconsciously hate men, and that subconscious hate comes out into how they treat them in public. Sneeko just did an update video where he re-interviewed the same woman because the original video went viral. Y'all already know what time it is. It's time to get active. Without further ado.
So, I was drunk as fuck that night, too.
You weren't that drunk. You weren't that drunk.
I started drinking at 3 p.m.
We go with excuses.
I was drunk.
I think that's a female thing, like saying that you're too drunk and then you're not responsible.
No, I know what the fuck I said. Okay. I know what the fuck I said, but I'm saying I was drunk. And that's why I had that sauce on my face. It was weird. I don't know. I didn't expect that. I forgot you guys, I forgot about this whole entire thing. What's your name?
I'm Sneeko.
Is that your birth name? Okay. Do you not share your name online? Is that what
My
it is?
real name is Hubert, but like you. What is this? This is stupid. I was like,
yeah, it is stupid.
Let me like calm down.
It was weird.
What was weird about it?
Asking women like if they like being catcalled and then in front of a camera where they're gonna respond and be like, oh yeah, like I saw that someone tagged me.
What exactly is weird about that?
Obviously it's uncomfortable, but then especially in
what part, like what am I doing that's weird?
Filming somebody late at night, when you're filming women late at night coming out of bars who are clearly intoxicated or not intoxicated. I'm not saying everyone was.
Okay, first of all, how would I know that or not? And how do you know I'm not intoxicated?
All right. It's clear that she has some type of social justice warrior, woke woman thing about her where she needs to defend the honor of women that are clearly not in danger and in fact laughing at the situation and the conversation that they are having.
Does catcalling make you feel good?
Sometimes, yeah, if you're cute. You know what? I appreciate them shooting their shot. Like, why not?
How do you respectfully say you have a fat ass?
You've been working out?
Yeah. Look at
Do you do legs? Nice glutes.
Nice glutes.
Cheeks on fleek.
Look. And also regarding her unaccountability and talking about, I had been drinking since 3 p.m., which is complete bullshit. You're still responsible for your behavior and your actions. Stop trying to play the victim because of something that you ingested. If you drive drunk and then you hit somebody, guess what? You're still in trouble irrespective of you taking that drink. But let's reverse the roles. Let's say that you were out interviewing and a drunk man came up into your lens and began making all those faces. And then once you put the microphone in his face, he was belligerent, he was antagonizing, and he was patronizing. You would have labeled him a harasser, perhaps a piece of shit. May I go as far as to say a pervert? But see, the social consequences for bad behavior are not the same for women as they are for men. So you want to talk about privilege?
Because this is your job, right? Sorry, that was rude. This is your job.
You were the only woman who thought that was weird.
Oh yeah, because I fucking
Big true.
Have I'm not gonna say anything. But I don't give a fuck about a camera in my face, and I'm not gonna change the way I think because there's a camera in my face.
You think they're all lying?
You get more of a response if you're more respectful.
Then you could have said that.
No,
You weren't being respectful.
Right.
You weren't being respectful. I was
That's
respectful
how I
all the time.
speak. I was
Just because it's the
disrespectful.
way you think that you speak doesn't mean it's respectful.
Right.
It's not disrespectful though.
That is
What?
not fucking stupid.
That's respectful?
Yeah.
For real? You're being for real right now.
I'm not saying it's not respectful.
Okay. Let's
What?
be honest. Like, you don't need to, like, we don't need to win any argument. We could
There's
just
no
we could
argument
just
to
be
be
honest.
had.
You're arguing with me right now.
I'm not.
Oh my
Don't pick
God.
and choose.
You're not arguing with me right now. I'm not. She's arguing about not arguing. This is ridiculous. But listen to what she said. She said, you were filming women. Okay? What does that mean? That means that she's implicating that he's some type of voyeur outside that is using his power of manhood to put a camera in the people's faces and to film them in some type of weird, sexually deprived type of a way. But the social justice warrior woke woman in you is trying to put some bullshit into the mix that was never there to begin with.
With the sexism. You know what I'm saying?
No, I can't
If
because I'm a
most-
woman and sexism affects me the
Alright.
most. So why do you think it's acceptable to film women who may or may not be under the influence? No?
What does that have to do with that? I'm not-
Yes, it does, because women's inhibitions are down. And they've been
Okay,
drinking.
I'm not having sex with them. I'm talking.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
So
matter.
you can't even
Someone's
talk to
opinion-
women if they're drunk now?
That's not what
I'm
I'm saying.
raping
You're
women by talking to them? Like, they can't consent to a conversation?
Whoa, like literally, like what the fuck are you even saying? I'm
What are
saying.
you
Oh my
saying?
God.
And they were clearly drunk. No?
What does that have to do with it?
That means that like they probably wouldn't have the same responses if they were sober.
So what are you implying? That, like, I'm taking advantage of them?
That's exactly what she's implying.
I'm not implying anything. All I'm saying is weird.
Oh my God.
It's weird because what?
It's because it's weird.
What is weird about it?
Because what? Like it's just bizarre.
Wow.
Well, thank you. Call it a day.
That's
Can't you see
that.
that they were all clearly into the video? They were all
Okay,
laughing and enjoying
and I
themselves.
didn't go. I was clearly catcalling is not great, and no matter how many women say it, when they've been
Was
in it,
I saying catcalling is
my
great?
God.
Did I say that? What are you
You're
talking
right. No,
about?
you're right.
I'm
You're
asking
right.
a question.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Okay.
That's the first time that she agreed with him. Radical feminists like her believe because they live in a totalitarian patriarchy regime that cohesion between man and woman is a forced behavior, because why would you want to be a unit with someone who oppresses you? But what they fail to understand is that cohesion is just a form of respecting one another. But because of this fake oppression that she currently lives in, she sees every interaction between herself and a man as a fight for taking back power. And that struggle for power is what we are seeing in her demeanor. The hilarious thing is that she dare not do this in front of other women because she knows that she'll face the threat of violence, woman versus woman, way more often than man versus woman. But why would she have that smoke for other women when she's fighting against the patriarchy with them together?
Part of it now. You think it's stupid, but you've just contributed to it.
It's stupid. You can contribute to something that's
He made her watch it.
doesn't matter.
I don't know. I don't even know what was happening there. I want to look
Oh,
for
God.
the sauce.
I know what's happening here.
But I'm drunk.
You can't
Oh,
contribute, you
God.
can contribute to something stupid. You're
Yeah.
just disagreeing with everything I'm saying because you don't like me. And because,
I
because you
cannot-
want to
I
have
can't-
control over the situation.
I can't not like somebody that I do not know. How does that make sense?
Okay, but you could also not just say nonsense that makes no sense.
I can say whatever I want.
You can, but like, what's the point of doing that? Like,
What's the?
why
wait,
even
let's
have-
bring it back.
Oh,
What's
she's
the
a
point of
child.
doing this?
to get to an understanding,
For
to
what?
get to truth.
How are you gonna get to truth with
By
one small
asking.
biased group, one small group of people? It's
Versus
just to
here.
create content. It's not to understand anything.
That's
It's to
not
create
why. I mean,
content.
there's a purpose why I create content. I don't just like
You
just
can
say
get to the
nonsense.
truth with one select
All right,
group of
but
people
I'm
on one
trying.
island.
I'm trying
No,
to.
but that's the whole point. Like, it's not. You can
So
tell
you
yourself
shouldn't
that, but
try
that's
to
not,
get to the truth.
because you're not. It's not a real try. It's like, if you were trying to get to the truth, you wouldn't.
So what do you think
film
I'm doing right now?
it. Getting more views.
What do you think I'm doing with this conversation?
I have no idea. I don't even know why you wanted to interview.
Oh,
You
God.
seem like an intelligent person, but like I know that these are like natural girl tactics. When you don't like me like a man coming up at night, you're ready to automatically just no, disagree, no. You're contributing something stupid. Well, it doesn't matter if you're just saying loud stuff, the first thing that comes to your head. It doesn't have any reasoning or logic behind it.
In my opinion, I just think that this is a young lady who's just emotionally and sexually starved, right? That's probably why she came back out here again, is because she's like, well, maybe I'll have another chance at Sneeko. But it's clear here she doesn't have a rich emotional life with fantastic people around her that engage with her to uplift her. She most likely just engages in useless arguments and social justice warrior websites in the comment section. And just so happens that someone went up to her in real life and asked her a question, and now she's getting put on blast for her abhorrent behavior. If you're attracted to a mama, just say it. But see, this is the bullshit of feminism. We don't need no man.
Yes, it does. Anyone can contribute to anything stupid. It doesn't have to. It doesn't matter. You can contribute to something stupid without even knowing it's stupid. Without even, and you can look back at it in hindsight and be like, oh yeah, that was fucking stupid.
Just want to argue.
You can contribute to anything without even realizing what you're contributing to.
You weren't looking at it with logic and reasoning. You're looking at it from a place of emotion. You're going
I wasn't thinking of emotion.
You're going off what you feel. You're angry. You're like making faces. You're upset.
I make faces all the time.
Well, because you're a woman. Because you.
No,
come
I'm not
to...
a woman. I am a woman. Sorry, excuse me.
No, you see how you argue like the most simple thing.
I'm not a woman. See, her default is just to argue. That's ridiculous.
No, because you're saying because you're a woman, because you're a woman, as if like it's bad for
it's not
me
bad.
to be. Yes, it is.
I'm not saying
you're
bad.
everything negative that you're
Who
associating
said it?
with
I'm not
me.
saying it's
Yes,
negative.
it is. You're saying you don't like me because you're a woman. You do this because you're a woman, and all these negative things that you're associating with me is because I'm a woman. That's what you're literally saying.
Do you want to be with a weak man?
I don't care.
It's a yes or no question. Like, do you want?
What is your definition of weak man?
A man that you could take advantage of.
What the fuck? Who wants to take advantage of somebody?
So you don't want to be with a weak man?
You want to be with a weak woman?
I'm asking just simple questions.
Who wants to be? First of all, I wouldn't want to take advantage of anybody.
No. So the answer is no, you don't, right? Do you want to be with an insecure man?
No.
Do you want to be with a confident man?
Yeah.
Yes, that's why men can't show our emotions the same
Look at that
way.
smile.
No,
What does your ideal relationship look like to you then?
What do you mean? Someone like when they're both have a say and it's respectable. It doesn't mean a woman looks up to a man or the man looks up to a woman. Blah 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 blah. Like it's literally like you have respect for each other and that you love each other and your morals and values are the same. That should be your goal in relationships: is to be equal with your partner, to have the same opinions and not the same opinions, obviously.
Equal.
Same values and same morals and the same respect for each other.
I don't think equal works.
Okay, like I said, it's sad that you think that.
How
And I
many-
feel bad.
But you haven't been in a relationship, so how would you know? Like I could tell based on that you weren't in a relationship.
Shout out to
You didn't
Sneeko.
have- Like that interaction, like
And
yeah.
I can just tell you've been hurt by a woman, and that's why you're like this.
Oh,
Women are like
gosh.
this, and then women do this, and like it's weird.
You're a little disgusted by me for having that belief, but
I'm
you've
not.
also openly said you were sexist and openly said that men are ugly.
No.
So to kind of like look down on me
Logic.
because of my sexism is
And
just
it
is
roots back
entitled.
to
Is entitled.
I don't think you even know what that word means because I don't have entitlement.
You think that you're allowed to do things that I'm not allowed to do because of this
That's
and that?
literally
and
that's what
entitled.
men
Yes.
do. They live their life like that. I'm allowed to do these things because I'm a man. Even
Wow.
though if you don't think that consciously,
Why are
that's
you
literally
trying to be
something in
us?
society.
Why are you trying to be men?
We're not trying to be anything. We're trying to live like
you
people.
are. You're trying to be like to have the same power and control that men have.
And why would that be so bad?
Because it's not making you happy.
Right.
How would you know
It's
if
not
that's
bad.
making me happy? This is
It's
your
not.
second time meeting me. How would you know that? I'm actually the happiest I've ever been in my whole entire life.
No, you're not.
Because you're never gonna be equal to men. You're never gonna have the same power and control that we have.
Okay.
It's never gonna happen no matter how much
Okay, so
protesting.
what does that even mean? Like literally what does that mean? Like what does that mean?
It means that
All right, I'm gonna stop the conversation right there. I want you guys to finish the conversation up at his channel. To be honest with you, I wish that I was there in that conversation so I could try to break it down a little bit better. I would say that Sneeko is probably more newer to the talking points that he speaks from. So he isn't able to give it as much depth as I might have. But I saw the path that he was going down, asking her about her ideals regarding relationships. But I would have said to her, ma'am, I think that the way that you think and are conducting yourself around the opposite sex is creating more barriers for you than what you realize. But allowing the radical feminism to seep into your mind to the degree where it makes you become a misandrist, where You really think that you being sexist is okay because you are currently living in a patriarchy within America? It's completely and utterly fundamentally insane. Sneeko beginning to talk about how men and women can never be equal. It'd be great at that particular junction for you to remove the bullshit and just listen, actively listen to things that he's saying. Because the more that you understand his argument, the better that you could potentially fortify your own, or maybe even change or alter some of your positions. But this is clearly a conversation from a young woman that is so deep within her echo chamber, she didn't even know that she's in it. Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave them down in the comment box down below, and I'll see you guys soon. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.